What's good, YouTube? It's the J-Rex here. It's been a while since I've done a video. Honestly, like I said, League of Legends taking up all my time, and all I've been obsessed with is League of Legends lately. But I decided, like, this is pretty important. I need to report this, and so I'm just gonna do a quick little update. But yes, we are about 6 months away from an economic collapse. About 6 months, and we're not that far off now. And I seriously, I can't believe it. I've been talking about this economic collapse for like the past 3 years now, and I can't believe it. We have now come to the point now where it's going to happen soon, and I just have to provide this update to notify anybody who's willing to listen. But yes, we are 6 months away, 3 to 6 months away from an economic collapse. And as far as I know, no country is going to make it. Nobody's going to make it. Apparently this is going to be a worldwide financial collapse, and everybody's going down. And the reason why everybody's going down is because they all participate in the derivatives market. And the derivatives market is basically a market where people place bets on interest rates, and if they get right on where the interest rate is going, like they say, like, oh, the interest rate is going to be 3%, and if they get that right, then they win on their bet and they get money. And that's basically what a bunch of these fucking banks do. They just place bets on derivatives. They place bets on derivatives and they make money off of that. So it's unproductive. It doesn't really contribute anything to society. They just place bets on pieces of shit derivatives and they make money off of it. They don't fucking do anything. They don't produce anything. They don't produce anything for the economy. It doesn't do anything, and it's pointless, and they make money off of it. And it just completely puts to waste people. It puts to shame people who actually do contribute to society, like people like farmers or factory workers or people that actually produce products for the economy and actually produce. And it puts those people to shame who are actually doing something. And these bankers are pieces of shits, man. And it's time that their system came to an end. But it is going to come to an end very soon, 3 to 6 months. The Illuminati already have a plan, and their plan is to end it this year. So, all right, let's recap what's going to happen in 3 to 6 months. And I'm saying all this stuff because of Lindsey Williams, like always. Go check Lindsey Williams out. This guy knows what he's talking about. He's got multiple things right. He predicted when the price of oil was going to rise and crash back in like 2008, and he predicted when the dollar was going to lose its status as the world reserve currency. He predicted that too, like a year or two ago. He predicts multiple things right. This guy knows what he's talking about because he works with the people who makes this shit happen. So, okay, yeah, check him out. Lindsey Williams. Google him. You'll find his website. Or YouTube him. So, 3 to 6 months. The Illuminati plan to collapse the world economy through derivatives. They're going to collapse. They're going to, I don't know, like raise interest rates or something? Raise interest rates. And raising interest rates is going to fuck up everybody's bets. All the banks that are betting on derivatives. They're going to raise interest rates. The banks are going to fuck up on their bets, and they're going to lose all their money, and they're going to shut down. Because pretty much the majority of these banks across the world can only function and survive off derivatives. Derivatives go, then the banks go. What's going to happen after that? It's probably what happened in case anybody didn't know. Greece, like, fucking collapsed like a motherfucker. Their banks, like, literally shut down, and people could only take out, like, $60 out of the ATM machines and shit, and there were like these long lines like outside the bank, the ATM machines, like lines and lines of people waiting to pull out just $60 from an ATM machine. That is terrible. And the supermarkets, they ran out of food because the banks shut down, so the banks shut down, so the supermarkets could not make financial transactions through their bank accounts to get the food. So the supermarkets ran out of food. So people couldn't get food either and shit. Everything was out. Basically, what happened to Greece is going to happen to America, and it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be really bad, possibly even worse, because we're like even more in debt than the Greece people. So it could be even worse. And so probably what's going to happen is so the derivatives market will probably crash, and the derivatives market will crash. The banks will shut down. Americans won't be able to take their money out of their ATM machines, and if they do, they gotta wait like six damn years to finally, get in line and take money out of an ATM machine, and and probably the supermarkets are gonna run out of food, just like Greece, because they can't make their transactions because their banks shut down. Chances are the 401k and the IRA, any savings in the banks will become worthless, and people are even saying that shit will be confiscated. I'm not sure about that. I don't know too much about that, but a lot of people are saying it's possible, it can happen. But so as far as I know, the two things that I know for sure that are going to happen: derivatives market will collapse, banks will shut down, people won't be able to access their bank accounts, and the whole system's going to be fucked up because nobody can make their transactions because the banks shut down. And also, Lindsey Williams was talking about the stock market collapsing. The stock market's going to collapse, and the housing market's going to collapse. Pretty much everything is going to collapse because they're all in a bubble right now. So house prices will go down. People who have their money in stocks will probably lose a lot of money, a lot of profits. It's everything's going to crash. Everything's going down. And nobody's going to make it either. Nobody's going to make it because pretty much all the countries have their money in useless fiat paper currency, and their banks participate in derivatives, and they pretty much the majority of them have their money, their world reserve currency backed, by the dollar still, and a lot of them still have, dollars in reserves, and so they're probably going to lose that a lot too. So it's going to be bad, and we only got 3 to 6 months left. So what can the people do about it? What can they do to save themselves from this? And also, Lindsey Williams was saying if you owe anything, if you have debt in anything, if you have a house that you're still paying a mortgage on, if you're still paying bills on your car that that you got a loan for or whatever, he's saying that you're gonna lose all of that. Like, I don't know how exactly that's gonna happen. So I guess the reason why that's gonna happen is because when the banks shut down, people won't be able to pay the bill for their house or their car anymore because the banks shut down. So eventually they're not going to be able to pay it. So eventually that's going to make them end up losing it because they can't pay the bills because their banks shut down. And I'm thinking also hyperinflation will play a part too. Hyperinflation will probably get bad. The government will continue to print more dollars. They'll continue to print more dollars and probably inflate the currency even more, destroy the currency even more. So now people are going to be putting their money into critical important stuff like food and all of that, and they're not going to be able to afford the bill anymore. So that's why I'm thinking why people are going to lose their homes based on what Lindsey Williams is saying. I don't know if that's the reason, because all Lindsey Williams said was because if you own a mortgage on something, you're going to lose it, but he never really explained why people are going to lose it. So that's my best guess, because of inflation and because the banks shut down. So my advice to everybody: we only got about 3 months left. 3 months at a minimum. That is the worst case scenario. Worst case scenario, this all happens by September. Best case scenario, I'm hoping this doesn't happen, or at least happen by December, man. At least by December. Because I need time to prepare too. I'm still buying more silver. Shit. So, advice to everybody: take your money out of the banks. Take your money out of the banks and get it into gold and silver. Get into gold and silver. Pay off all your debts while you can, if you can. Buy as much food as you can. Start stocking up on all the canned foods you can get. And this is I'm going to put a red alert on this message, because this message deserves a red alert. It is a priority that you start buying food. You start buying gold and silver. Get your money out of the banks. Get your money out of the IRA, 401k. Because chances are, banks are going to shut down, the dollar's going to inflate, and then all that shit's going to become worthless, and you're going to lose it. Or you're going to need to access it, and you can't access it because your bank's shut down. So, and it might stay permanently shut down because as far as I know, the Illuminati, the elite, plan on shutting down a lot of banks permanently, and only like 10 banks are going to stand after all of this shit is done with. So, those are your ways to get prepared. Gold, silver, buy shitload of food, get your money out of the bank, 401k, ROA, IRA, pay off your debts if you can. If you can't pay off your debts, then may God have mercy on your soul. I'm worried too because my parents haven't paid off the debt for the house that we live in, so I'm worried that our house will get confiscated and all the gold and silver that I have in that house will be confiscated as well when they go in and take everything. So I need to come up with a plan to get that gold and silver out of there in case shit hits the fan. So it's going to be bad. We got 3 to 6 months left. I hope people are going to make it fine through this. I hope I can help as many people as I can before this happens. Naturally, there's going to be people that don't listen to me, of course. And then the economy collapses and they lose everything. And they're going to end up just like the Greece people, waiting for like 6 hours just to pull $60 out of an ATM machine. And then those are the ones that are going to end up like that. And they're not going to have any food, and they're going to lose all their savings. Everything's fucking worthless because of the collapsing currency. It's going to be bad. Going to be bad. So, this gets a red alert. So everybody start preparing. Things are going to get bad. Thank you for watching. Peace.